I just shared the poll results. I think folks should be able to see it now. Could
Oh,
folks see that? Can they put their thumbs up if you see it?
So I only see like the percentages
Yes.
of have you hosted an intern?
Yeah, that's the
Number
results.
number two and number three only shows our own answers.
oh, okay. Well, I can't
Um,
see it at all on my end.
you want me to share what it says?
Sure. Thank you,
Okay.
Lisa.
So it looks like 55% of folks have hosted an intern previously, 45 haven't. Um, what made you decide to host an intern this program year? Oh, we got 100% answers, but we don't see like what the actual things are they said. So we can look on the back end to be able
Okay.
to share that. But everybody did participate. So, or
Oh,
11,
awesome.
11 folks participated actually. So
Okay.
thanks.
Awesome. No, thank you. Thank you for sharing. That excites me that we have folks, new folks, and some previous folks from last year that hosted. Yeah, thank you for participating. Zoom also updated, so I'm kind of like getting used to it as well. So thank you for bearing with me. So my name's Crystal Torres. I'm the project specialist here at CCALAC. In case you guys don't know who I am, and this is how I look. So I'm so excited for you all to be here and honestly super excited for you all to be hosting. We have a lot of diverse folks from diverse backgrounds and professions that are going to be participating in this program here. So it's really exciting. And yeah, so welcome again to the Allied Health Internship Program Health Center orientation. So the reason we have this orientation, we didn't host it last year, but this year we thought it would be beneficial to host it for folks to kind of know what's going to be cooking in the next month or so, as well as just get acquainted and for y'all to connect as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. So today's agenda, oh, and I forgot to mention, I really this orientation is for you all. So if you guys have any questions, we do have questions at the end, but if there are any like questions that you want me to answer, feel free to use the hand raise feature and just unmute yourself. Really want this orientation to be interactive for you all. So I don't mind. And alrighty, so the agenda is welcome and introductions. We also have our partners from Propel here to kind of introduce who they are because some of our interns will be representing Propel as well. We're going to go over the program overview and timeline, as well as the intern onboarding process, and then give some tips of how to successfully host an intern, as well as have a breakout room activity. So as you know, some folks are previously hosted, so we want those folks to kind of share their best practices to those who didn't host and kind of just mingle as well. And then we'll have a group discussion and debrief, and then we'll also go over a little bit on the welcome packet that I sent to you all that has a bunch of little resources and kind of the program timeline, and then Q&A at the end. But again, if there's any questions that do come up, feel free to interrupt. I'm totally fine with it, and then we'll discuss next steps. And hopefully we're done by 2:30 rather than 3. But if but let's see how that goes. Alrighty. So introduction. So I guess my team members, you kind of heard them already. I want them to introduce themselves. So starting with Lisa and then Alex.
Sorry about that. I'm just having a problem with my video. Okay, I'm Lisa Fisher. I'm the Vice President of Member Services here at CCLEC. Welcome. It's great to see everybody.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Alex Gill. I am the Workforce Recruitment Program Manager here at CCALAC. Welcome.
Alrighty, thank you. And those are my lovely team members. We also have a couple other team members there, but they weren't able to make it, but they're here in spirit, if anything, giving us moral support. But yeah, that's our workforce team. So just wanted to folks to kind of see and who you probably already know Lisa and Alex, but you know, in case you didn't. And then the next folks that I want to introduce is folks from Propel. So we partnered this year with Propel folks, and we have, I believe, 5 students so far who will be participating in the program that also represent Propel as well as CCLAC. So we wanted to invite them so they can introduce themselves and also tell you all about who Propel is. So I think I saw Jessie and
Yeah,
Kelly.
yeah,
So
here.
feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Kelly Boucher Morris, and I am from Propel America, and my colleague Jessie's on the call as well. Jessie, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Kelly. Jesse, I serve Ships and Recruitment Manager for Propel America here in the Los Angeles region, supporting our programming for the region.
And our colleague Mariana is on the call as well, but she's like under a tornado watch, so she's on the call too. I'm holding it down. Crystal, do you want me to do my slides now, or do you want me to hold for a few minutes?
Yeah, you can do your slides. I'll stop share.
Okay, cool. Well, we're super excited to be here and to tell you a little bit about Propel America. And if someone could just give me screen sharing access, I will throw my slides on. But as Crystal shared at the call, we have a handful of folks who are going to be participating in the internship program who are also Propel America fellows. So we wanted to give you a little bit of an overview about who Propel America is in case you hear the name and you're like, what are you doing? You'll know, maybe. I don't know if you'll remember that, all the way through the summer. I don't know if I would, but maybe you'll remember that we talked about it. Okay.
You can share your slides. Okay, cool.
See a slide? Great. Okay. So Propel America is a nonprofit organization. We work with young people to develop skills, credentials, experience, and networks necessary to obtain a good job and with opportunities for advancement in higher education. And we focus specifically on working in the healthcare sector. We like to think of ourselves as a catalyst and help sort of the relationship between young folks who have an interest in working in healthcare, training programs that have healthcare certification programs, and then employer partners who are looking to hire certified talent. So we kind of try to bring all three parties together and get young folks into those meaningful careers. This is a high level overview of what our fellowship generally looks like. So we have a recruitment team. Jessie is leading our recruitment efforts in Los Angeles, but they work directly with high schools and community organizations to get young people excited about joining, entering the healthcare profession or furthering their education in healthcare. If a young person decides, hey, Propel America is something I want to find out about, they go through a selection process with us to make sure that they're ready to take on this opportunity. You can see here on the slide that the majority of our fellows are women of color who are the first in their family to pursue college credits. Once a fellow is selected for our program, we help them enroll in a certification program with one of our training partners. And once they're enrolled, they start that program and they receive an individual coach from Propel. They also participate in professional development sessions in a cohort setting. So we work with other young people who are also getting certified and sort of going through that together as a support. If that certification requires a clinical externship, we'll support that experience. And when that is all over and our fellows are certified, we help connect them with our employer partners to get hired. We also stay with fellows for 6 months post-hire. So our goal is really to be that stable force throughout that journey for a young person. So from point of interest to completion of certification program to your first 6 months on the job, we're there supporting and helping to ensure their success. What this will look like specifically for Propel fellows who are in the Allied Health Internship Program is that we have folks who will be upskilling to get an additional certification as a medical assistant. So right now we have folks in the group who have phlebotomy certification, clinical aid. There's like a couple different certification areas that they have. So they'll be getting an additional certification as a medical assistant. They'll be focused on the internship program with you all this summer. But in August, when that's over, they'll connect back with us and do some professional development. They'll start their medical assisting program in the fall, either with Long Beach City College or Cengage. And then they'll go through that program and they'll be ready to get certified as medical assistants this fall. In the spring or summer. So they'll be doing that over the course of the year. If you hear the word propel, that's what it's about. And if you have questions, you can feel free to reach out. I'll send this along to Crystal so she can send these slides as a follow-up. So you'll have my contact information. And Crystal knows a lot about us too. And I'm sure she can answer questions too. Thank you so much for the time.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly, Jesse, and Mariana. I saw Mariana say hello on the chat. But yes, it's for folks to kind of know if any of the interns you get are talking about Propel. That's who Propel is. So thank you so much. And we're looking forward for the students that are going to start with you all and also with this partnership. So I'm going to go back to the slides. Alrighty. So now that we discussed that, I'm going to go over the internship, the Allied Health Internship Program overview, as well as timeline, just to give folks a quick recap on what they're getting themselves into. Our sponsors this year is Kaiser Permanente, California AHIP, and Cedars-Sinai. So thank you to them that we are able to provide this workforce opportunity to you all, as well as to our interns. And this year, we have actually 21 health centers that will be participating in our program, which is super exciting. And out of the 21, I believe 13 of them are from participated last year. So we have 8 new health centers. So this is super exciting just because we really want folks, these health centers are all over LA County. So we really want folks to really, get acquainted with community health centers. So thank you all for hosting, and I hope this journey that you embark is really beneficial for your health center. So shout out to you all. And then the program overarching goes, as I mentioned, and the informational session is really to discover, invest, expose, and train and connect and hire our allied health interns. So we're really looking for the next generation of allied health professionals. A lot of these interns have recently just graduated or just want to gain a lot of more workforce experience, specifically in a community health setting, as well as really invest in their potential and growth. So really showing them that community health is for you and like the different career pathways within community health by exposing them to community health and really, again, providing trainings for them, because our interns do participate in virtual workshops before they get placed in order for them to really just feel more equipped when they are starting their internship hours, as well as an opportunity for them to connect with one another and connect with other allied health professionals and really provide a mentorship opportunity for them. And hire. Again, the goal of the program is for these interns to be hired at the end. So we hope that we have qualifying candidates that can meet your workforce needs. And yeah, so this is basically, again, just the program overview. So this year, we were looking to place up to 40 students in a paid internship opportunity at one of your health centers. But this year, we actually recruited 43, which is exciting. And then again, at the end of the program, we hope that they are able to get a job offer and they receive a stipend for completion of the program. So it's really exciting that you all are participating. And again, just want to reiterate the health center benefits. So health centers will receive $1,000 incentive per intern for their clinic participation, as well as we're supporting your recruitment and retention efforts. And again, an opportunity to really hire qualified candidates upon completion of the program, and an opportunity to precept and lead, as well as just training the next generation of healthcare professionals. And program timeline. So right now we're in May. So right now we're doing the mandatory health center orientation, and then we're going to talk about intern matching at the end. But yeah, so the program timeline. So our program basically launched today by having this health center orientation, but the orientation that our interns are going to attend is next week on Thursday in the evening. So that's when it officially launches for them. And then throughout, after that, they will then participate in 2 additional virtual workshops. And then from there, they get placed at your health center site. Well, they get placed before, but I'll talk about it beforehand. And then internship hours may begin the week of May. And then deadline to complete the internship hours would be July 31st. And then at the very end, we have the program graduation ceremony that is on August 8th, which a lot of you are also invited. All the preceptors are also invited to that. And it's a lovely celebration that we have at our offices. This year it might not be in our offices, but we will keep y'all updated. But this is the program timeline. And this year, I wanted to provide a quick demographics on who we recruited for our program. So we recruited 43 interns to participate in this program year. And out of the 43, 14 of them are medical assistants, 11 are phlebotomists, 12 have a bachelor degree, 4 are administration, 4 are building and coding, 3 are farm techs, 2 are CHWs, which is our community health workers, 2 are from the HIT track, the health information track, and there's 1 LVN. So I know if the numbers are not like adding up, many of the interns have more than 1 certification. So I will let you know once you are matched with them about their certification, as well as give you their resume. But basically, we have a very diverse group of folks this year. It's just really exciting. And also the demographics. So 4 of them are Gen X, 12 are millennials, Gen Z are 27. So we have a lot of young folks this year. And then 26 of them are Hispanic or Latino, 8 of them are Asian or Pacific Islander, 7 are Black or African American, and 2 of them are white. So we have a big group of folks this year. So I'm going to go to the next slide. Any questions regarding that? I don't see any questions. Perfect. I'll just move on. So I'm going to discuss the intern onboarding process. So the intern onboarding process is interns should be onboarded as volunteers. So the onboarding process should really include a detailed description of their role, including responsibilities and expectations that they're going to have during the 100-hour internship, as well as like the discussion on the impact of the work on the organization, mission, and goals, because we really want these folks to already feel part of your team and for them to really have a meaningful experience. And also provide any clarification of any specific skills or qualifications required for the role. So if there's things that maybe the intern wants to try, but they're not qualified, please let them know. Or if they do qualify, and also provide communication standards and policies. So again, treat this intern like as if they're like a member of your team, and really like keep them onboarded and like excited to be at your health center. And then as well as discussion on scheduling. So scheduling will be discussed between you and the intern. We really want folks to be flexible with the intern, because again, many of them have either finished their area of study or are about to finish their area of study. So we really want folks to be flexible with them and kind of lay out like when are the days they are able to they are able to be at the health center. So interns are required to at least work 10 hours per week minimum, or at most 25 hours per week maximum. But the only caveat is that if they do the 10 hours per week minimum, they must complete all of their hours before the July 31st deadline. Because we want folks to be completely finished with the program by then, by the hours of the program by then. And then again, provide them with any information on parking, transportation, or other logistical considerations that they need to take into account, as well as assign them a supervisor that will be basically their mentor and provide them guidance and support throughout their whole internship. And really, again, review all of the organizational policies and procedures, including the code of conduct, confidentiality agreements, and any safety regulations. Because again, treat this person as if they're going to be a potential candidate for your health center. And I think a question came up, so Yes. So all these slides plus the recording will be sent to you all. Great question. So you guys can also share with any of your supervisors or preceptors that are also going to be participating in the program, because I know not everyone can show up. But yeah, these slides will be shared. And then intern onboarding. So this is what the timesheet looks like. I can go, we can see it in a better angle in the welcome packet, because this is a screenshot, but this is basically what the preceptor is going to be signing for the intern. And basically the intern is going to lay out like the name of the activity that they did, the date, the time, and then the hours completed. And then interns are just going to have to submit 3 timesheets. So it's when they hit the 30-hour mark, 60-hour mark, and 100-hour mark. So this is super important for preceptors, because this is the paper that they'll need a signature from you all, as well as so you know what it looks like. And if there's anything that comes up, feel free to reach out to me as well. I am a resource for the program. So if you guys experience any challenges, or like, let's say an intern did not show up or something, feel free to reach out to me. We are trying to coach the interns to really communicate with you all, but sometimes things happen. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me if there's any challenges that is going on with the intern. But again, these interns are basically almost like qualified candidates to work at your health center. So we didn't experience that many challenges last year. And we have our health centers here from last year that can share. But yeah, this is what the timesheet looks like. And then how to successfully host an intern. So this section, so are there any questions so far? No questions? Perfect. Well, not perfect, but like, let me know if there's any questions. Ooh, I think something came up. When is the start date? So yeah, so the interns, so you will be connected with the interns sometime either tomorrow or early next week. I was going to talk about it in the next steps, but just so we can talk about it now. And basically you get to onboard them. So have them finish all of their paperwork that they need to finish to get onboarded, as well, like if they need to take any TB tests, because I know that can take a while. So really connect with them. You're going to connect with them either tomorrow or early next week. And then when you connect with them, you will then are required to create a start date for them, but they can start after they complete all of their workshop hours, which is the week of May 27. Their start date will be around that time. Although there's some interns that might be able to have a different start date because they finished their program around June and might need to start later. So that's the discussion that you'll have between the intern, but they should be able to start around the week of May 27. That's like the earliest it can start. Hopefully that answers. Awesome. Alrighty, so how to successfully host an intern. So I really want to go over this because we really want to make a meaningful experience for these people. Again, many of these people just completed their program and really want to gain experience. So we want to make sure that they have a positive experience, as well as you guys have a positive experience with them. And I think another question came up. So, oh, okay. So there is a question asking, there's a private question sent to me asking if when you say you're going to connect with them, is it going to be through email? Yes, it's through email. So for folks who participated last year, it's going to be basically the same format. I send an email, and within that email, I provide the contact information of the intern, as well as their area of study and their resume, and give a quick blurb of like what they are really into and looking forward in the program. And I also copy them so they can introduce themselves. So that's basically what it is. Great question. Alrighty, so hosting successfully. So we really want folks to provide a clear expectation. So clearly define the intern's role, responsibilities, and objectives from the program. Provide a detailed overview of what they will be doing during their time with your organization. So for example, if the intern is in the MA track of the program, really do something where they can really apply the knowledge and skills as a MA within the internship. Provide a structured orientation, so really give them an opportunity to connect with like the department staff that they'll be working with, and really just being inclusive and making them feel like they're a part of the team, and like they are aware about the policies and procedures. And again, a really key thing that a lot of folks like last year is really the support and guidance. The dedicated supervisor is really a mentor for them, that can provide them support as well as feedback for them, because these folks really want to grow and really want to kick off their career. So we really encourage open communication and being available to address any questions or concerns that they may have. So we really encourage folks to maybe have check-ins with them, maybe try to check in at least 3 times during the internship, where they can maybe talk about if there's a possibility to be hired, or if there's anything that they need to improve on, or anything, or even successes and challenges. That can be like the time when they have to like complete the timesheet. You can implement like a quick check-in with them. And then the next item is training and development. So if there's any relevant trainings that you think might be useful or beneficial for them to attend, I really encourage for y'all to invite them to that. Or if there's any, like, I know health centers have like health fairs, so if there's something that they can participate in, where they can develop their skills and knowledge, that's something to invite them with, because again, these folks are really trying to grow professionally, and by providing them with those opportunities, it would really just support their career path. And again, providing meaningful assignments. I think it's super important to provide a meaningful assignment in order for them to have a meaningful experience at your health center. We want to give them a positive experience. So like assigning them to a project that maybe they can support on. So if you have someone who's in the health IT track, and then there's this big project that you need support and assistance on, that's something you can include your intern in. And again, trying to align what the intern's interests are and their career goals, and really just make them excited to be there and that they're contributing to the organization mission. And again, reiterating providing check-ins. I think the check-ins are really important for interns, especially these interns are looking forward to potentially getting hired at the end. So checking in with them and kind of getting to know them, and really just being, again, the guidance for them, because a lot of these folks are new to their field. And then another thing that's important is also recognition and appreciation. So I think it's super important to highlight like all of the work that they've done, even though it's like a short period of time. Celebrating their achievements and their milestones is really helpful and really motivates folks to be like excited to be there. And again, being flexible and adaptable. Many of these interns are either finishing their program or also are working part-time as well. So just try to be flexible and accommodating with any of their needs and preferences, but that's something that's really discussed in the beginning when you connect with them and onboard them. So really just allow them to explore also different aspects of the organization. So if there's an intern, especially like for the interns who are in the who finished their bachelor's, who many of them are interested in physician assistant schooling. So if there's like an opportunity that they might shadow the nurse practitioner at your health center or a physician, give them that opportunity, just make them feel like you are there to really support in their career growth. So being flexible and adaptable to them. Alrighty, any questions before we go to a breakout room activity? Seeing none. Okie dokie. So in this breakout room activity, I really want folks to connect with one another as well as just share your experience. So for folks who are ready, had the experience of hosting, if you can just share your experience and best practices when hosting an allied health intern to the folks who are new, as well as maybe what qualities and characteristics do you believe contribute to being an exceptional preceptor, or like what worked last year, as well as how do you intend to provide support to ensure that your intern has a fulfilling and successful experience during their time at your health center. And if folks like did not participate last year, you can answer the last two questions, like if there's a group of just new people. But yeah, the goal is for people who participated last year to kind of connect to those who are participating this year. So I'll put you in groups right now. And feel free to share your camera. Oh, I see David and Mindy. Hi. Love seeing people's faces. Alrighty, yay. Okay. Alrighty, and I'm gonna create it for like, let's do 15 minutes. Alrighty, I'm gonna open all rooms, so please accept.
Crystal, you're muted.
Thank you. Alrighty, everyone. I guess hopefully you guys had a good discussion, and I think everyone should be back right now. I wanted to kind of open the floor for folks to kind of share what was discussed, and if they want to share any best practices or even concerns, like to the majority of the group that are here.
Hey, Crystal. So, in our group, they basically have pointed out that one of the issues was the limited time that we have with these volunteers, because they're pointing out it wasn't just about the training, the onboarding part of it. It was also that once you've onboarded them, it's not that the rest of the time can be spent doing whatever the progress is. It's because this is a completely extra resource that potentially the project will die with the intern, in order to make sure it can potentially continue maybe when you get another resource in the future. They also try to get them to turn it into protocols or write it down somehow, but that then takes a bunch of time as well. So it actually is not broken up into two, into a training and then a doing. It's a training, doing, and then writing it down. So out of 100 hours, there's barely any time to be able to do that middle doing part, let alone, writing it all down so it doesn't all get lost. That was interesting feedback we had.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. Yeah, this is one of our shortest programs that we provide, that folks complete like 100 hours. I guess like my only um recommendation would be is like to include them in projects that are already kind of ongoing rather than starting a new one, just because then that project doesn't really get lost. It can be passed down, to whatever that person, that your division that was working on it. And I see David's hand is up.
Hi, Crystal. I think one of the things that we should all do is manage our expectations. We're the number one purpose of having interns is understanding that we have something to teach and that they're there to learn. And they're not just extra support for the projects that we have lingering around. It's that they are here to really, I see it as number one, become members of the community health center movement, right? This is about creating potential for future human resource capital, individuals in our communities that will want to work at our health centers. That's number one. Number two, they're here to learn. And so therefore, if we look at it as how are we benefiting, we're putting the cart in front of the horse. It really is about how are they going to benefit, so that therefore they're providing some support with our projects. They're not there to lead the projects. It doesn't, I just think that it's very important for us to remember what they're here to do is to learn. And I'll leave it at that.
No, I appreciate that comment because I think you hit it right in the nail. Like, yes, I think they are here to learn and really to excite them about community health, because many of these folks, even last year, even though they didn't get potentially hired, they ended up applying to other health centers. And I think that's something that's remarkable, because a lot of folks, again, don't know much about like the career pathway within community health. So really teaching them that and exciting them about like they can potentially do this at a community health center, like to launch their career. I think it's really important and a good thing to highlight, because again, we want to make it a meaningful experience for them, not just give them busy work. Because again, these folks really want to feel like they're part of something and part of the community health movement. Anyone else wants to share?
Hi, I'm Jackie from St. John's. This is the first time that we're going to be hosting someone.
Mhm.
So I was asking Elizabeth, she was going to give me the tips. Elizabeth and was going to give me tips because they have hosted it in the past. So I'm really looking forward to hosting art and probably, hire them because we really need medical assistants and front desk. So I'm hoping it's going to be a good experience for us.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I'm hoping. I'm like really excited because I'm like these group of folks, they're like ready. When I interview them, they're like super ready. Anyone else wants to share anything?
Well, I guess I'll add one other thing then, Crystal.
Mhm.
Since I just waiting for other people to talk. Because this is a learning opportunity, I guess the tip that I would give to everybody is ask your intern what their preferred learning style is. You've got a short amount of time with them, and we're really trying to be more effective. And the best way to do that is just ask them how they learn and tailor your introduction of community health centers and the work that you have to their learning style. Some of us have generational gaps between the interns that we're going to have in ourselves. I've got plenty of generations in between, but therefore, just know that they respond differently to communication. They have different expectations about communication, and so just be open to try something different, and be open to try something that's tailored to your intern.
Thank you, David. Well said again. I guess I also wanted to add, it's also a learning opportunity for you all, like to become preceptors and build kind of maybe like a mentorship opportunity for the preceptors, because mentoring can be a little bit like different or not it's different experience for everyone. So kind of seeing like how you can improve your mentorship skills within your own health center as well. Because this is like what the folks are looking for, like that mentorship opportunity, which can go a long way.
Crystal, I think what some people maybe might be thinking is, yes, we would love to, but we don't maybe have the time to be able to provide those resources to do those teaching and mentoring. So we're like, hey, we want someone that can just take a project and kind of do it, and then but as David was saying is, set your expectations. You're gonna have to take your time, train this person. That's what you're signing up for. So be aware.
No, yeah, definitely. And we're also trying to do our best with our trainings that we provide to them to kind of coach them to take the initiative and ask you guys questions when they need to, because we want to make sure that they don't just like sit there and like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's like, no, go for it and ask questions, because sometimes we do tend to assume like, oh, you already know this policy or something, So yeah, we're trying to coach them the best way we can as well through our trainings. So they're ready. Any other comments or feedback?
Crystal, thanks for letting us do this, by the way. It was a really interesting conversations that we had. So thanks for the opportunity. I thought that was kind of cool.
Awesome. No, thank you. No, thank you all for being here and like connecting with one another. I feel like we can learn a lot from each other, especially learning about your experience with the programs, especially folks who participated last year. So I'm glad you guys found it beneficial. I guess if no one wants to say anything else, I'm gonna then move on to the next item of the agenda, which is basically kind of going over the welcome packet that I sent you all. So this is a lovely welcome packet we created for you all to see. Let me see if I can put it bigger. So basically the welcome packet, so interns get a similar packet like this as well, just so you guys have full transparency, but it's going to be tailored specifically for them. But this welcome packet basically highlights what our program is and showing them like who are the participating health centers. So this is exciting that 21 health centers will be participating this year, as well as meeting our team. And I just want folks to know I am the program lead for the program. So if anything, there's any challenges you experience, feel free to reach out to me. I try to resolve it and see what is going on with the intern. Just because I know sometimes like if there's like a no-show and they don't say anything, again, we're trying to coach them to email you guys beforehand if anything happens, but you know, things happen. So we want to make sure they they are connected with me first, if anything, before like terminating or if any of those situations happen. But last year we didn't really have that. So um yeah, I'm your contact person and your resource. And again, highlighting the program objectives that are on the PowerPoint slides that I will share to you all after this meeting. And then the program requirements. These are the program requirements that reflect the intern, just so folks, in case you have preceptors that didn't attend the workshop, so they can know what is expected from the intern. So these are the program requirements and then the program timeline. So I just want to reiterate. So interns are going to start their orientation next week and it's via Zoom. And then they have following workshops. However, interns will then start their placement site the week of May 27. That's the earliest they can start, but they will be connected with you guys either by tomorrow or early next week. So that's when you can like connect with them so they can start their paperwork process. The reason we did that, we are changing it up this year, is so folks can really already get acquainted and they're already excited to start their internship right after the workshops rather than like doing it after. And it also helps you guys kind of connect with them beforehand and kind of see like, oh, you need this, this, and that, or whatever. So yeah, that's the only thing. So you guys will have like 3 weeks to onboard them, like complete all the paperwork onboarding. And then after that, you will then notify me, as well as I told the interns, tell the intern to notify me of their start date, just so I know that they will be starting during that time. And then graduation, again, it's a lovely ceremony that we host and we invite you all to attend. We have food and our funders sometimes, our funders attend if they're able to, and it's just a really fun time. And then again, the goal of the program is for them to potentially get a job offer. So hopefully that's a possibility. So that's why we really want folks to check in with them and see like, oh, what are your career goals and stuff like that. And then, oh, also another highlight, deadline for them to complete all of their hours is July 31st. So I think that's something like, that means they can start a little bit later, but they must complete their hours by that deadline. And then this is again how the program timesheet looks, just so you can reference it in case like they're sharing something different. And then I just provided 10 ways to provide, I'm not gonna go over all of them, but it's just, again, a little way to kind of see like the meaningful experience. And then program checklist. So the program checklist for you all is really to connect with your interns and begin the health center onboarding process after I connect with you guys either tomorrow or early next week. Provide clear guidance and expectation of intern roles. Stay adaptable and view this as an opportunity to mentor and possibly recruit the next addition to your team, as well as connect with your health center preceptor to begin your health center on. Oh, this is for them. Sorry. I think I had another question come in. Okay, can we get the questions from the chat? Yeah. Was it the questions that you guys were talking, like, do you want the chat questions from this, David? Is that what you're asking? Oh, you're muted.
I was saying, let me unmute myself, sorry. No, I said if we're gonna do another breakout, we can get the questions, because they weren't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had another question after that.
Okay. Can we provide some detail on how we were matched? Oh, okay, yeah. So details on the intern match. So I think this is it. So next steps would just be me connecting with you guys, so basically the way, let me unshare so you guys I can see you all. So the way I do the matching process is based on your clinic's needs and the intern's like area of study, as well as their proximity to your health center. I really notice that interns who are like closer to your health center site are more likely to accept that job offer, because of LA traffic. So I really look at those factors. And I know there's health centers that like specifically want one area of study, so that just makes it a little not challenging, but it's like making sure they get the person they want because that's like the only type of area of study they want. But I know like for South Central Family Health Center, you guys wanted a diverse group of folks, which is great for me when I match folks because there's opportunity for them to be there. So that basically how I match. And I also match based on if you want more people, like there's some people who are like, I just want one. And then there's other people who are like, I want 5 or 10. We might not give you 10, but we might give you like 5 or like a couple more folks. So that's how the matching works. Any other questions with that? That was a good question. Alrighty, so guess I'll go on and share the resources. Share my screen. Sorry, I'm getting used to this Zoom and the little share screen disappeared. Okay, there you go. Alrighty, so we went over the welcome packet, and I just wanted to share some few testimonials from folks last year. So these are testimonials that are quoted of health centers saying how much they enjoyed hosting, and they mentioned that the least part that they joined is that it ended, which is kind of cute. So I wanted to share that, as well as folks just saying thank you for the program and saying it was a great opportunity for their health center. So I just wanted to kind of end it with those testimonials. And I also wanted to highlight the health centers last year who ended up actually hiring some of our interns, which shout out to them. But it was White Memorial, THE, San Fernando Community Health Center, as well as ChapCare. I know ChapCare is now like Ultimate, but it was just ChapCare when they participated. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that health centers last year really had a great experience, and we hope that this year it's even better. So I also wanted to share the intern testimonials, kind of what we touched upon. A lot of them really really honed that this is the career path that they want, and they really want to stay in community medicine, which I thought was really impactful. And they're just really saying thank you because again, these interns really want to just gain experience and really just kick off their career, as well as again, many of them are probably pre-med, pre-PA, or pre-nursing if you get folks that are in the undergrad track. Not undergrad, they have their bachelor degree. They just recently graduated, but yeah, it just really hones like their career goals and dreams. So wanted to share this testimonial as well. So highlighting what's next after this. So you will receive an email with your intern or interns match and contact information. I really advise you to connect with them after this training to begin the onboarding process, meaning after you're connected with them, just connect with them to start doing the paperwork. And as a reminder, the interns may begin their hours the week of May 27, so that's the earliest they can start, but their start date can vary. But the deadline for interns to complete their 100-hour requirement is July 31st. So those are like the big major steps that is going to go on in the next week or so for you all. Other than that, I think it's time for Q&A. Does anyone have any questions?
I think there's a question in the chat.
Oh, do we need to accept all of the ones assigned or can we pick them? No, you need to accept them, please. I'm trying to be mindful, so I'm basically referencing the application you guys submitted not last year. It was this year. Sorry, my time is all off. This year, and then if there's any updates, like let's say I'm not like I want this or like any additions, just email me and I'll just update it on the back end while I'm matching folks. But I'm basically referencing that application. But if there's any changes, again, please let me know. You guys are going to get their information either tomorrow or on Monday. So be on the lookout.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Some intern programs provide support on a designated day, like like maybe it's a Friday or something. Are there any days that the program is blocking out for providing support?
No, we are providing them with an optional like drop-in office hours for them to attend, but there's not like a set date like, oh, we're not like taking any other time. Again, it's optional for them. And I usually do it around lunchtime because that's where I expect folks to be free. Yeah. But that reminded me, there are some interns, specifically MAs that might need to complete their externship hours that exceed the 100-hour requirement. The only thing is they're only gonna get paid for the 100 hours, but that means they might stay at your health center a little longer if you guys can just accommodate with them. And then another question, can we choose how many hours they will work with us, or is that based on it's based on their availability, but I feel like as the health center, tell them like, we need you to be at least this much hours and kind of negotiate because the minimum of hours required is 10 hours per week and maximum is 25 hours per week. And I think last year, I think the norm was like kind of 15 hours per week, like the average. So it honestly just depends. But then there's some interns that do have a lot of time and they do the 25 hours per week. So that's like a discussion you have with them. And then the next question, does CCALC provide them with any training, Excel? So we provide them with 2 workshop trainings, and those 2 workshop trainings are basically going over the essential skills needed. So like customer service training, leadership training, and all like those essential skills like professionalism, as well as some HIPAA. And then we're trying to coach them again to like really take initiative. Like, how do you talk to your preceptor? So those are the type of trainings we provide to them, but not like super technical like Excel sheet. Any other questions or concerns? And also, so folks know, a lot of these people also have job experience that are applicable. So they're not like freshly new. So they probably have experience from other internships or other job experiences that are that are applicable to the program. Awesome. Wow, so we finished early. It's 12:12. I mean, it's 2:12. So if there isn't any questions, I guess you guys are adjourned. And I will be sharing the slides as well as the recording if you guys need to share it to any of your team members. But if you have any questions again, you guys have my contact information, so feel free to reach out to me. I'm here to support you all. And again, thank you so much for hosting this year, and I know it's going to be great.
Thank you, Crystal, for you and all the team over at CCALC.
Thank you.
Thank you.